Hello, Westford. The school committee approved next year's school calendar. The planning board okayed a traffic plan for Newport Materials. And Nancy Cook, soon to be honored as this year's Roudenbush Person of the Year, appears on Main Street, Westford. I'm Ira Keltz, and it's time for WestfordCAT News. Together with 7 of her Abbot School students, teacher Ruth Freeman on April 3rd made a presentation on makerspaces, a trending concept in education meant to teach students how to connect book knowledge with hands-on creations. Here's one of Freeman's students explaining her project.
Right now in school, we're in the middle of our Colonial America unit, and we're studying homesteads and taverns and houses in Westford and Chelmsford and Littleton and all those places where the Revolutionary War really started. And we're basically taking a block of wood and we're turning that into a house, and we have a map set out on our makerspace where we're going to place them. We're going to use the iPad and we're going to almost make like a little video.
We talked about a big fancy word called metacognition, which means that we're actually thinking about what we're learning and building from that. And so it's been glorious. We've had a ball. I think, what's the one 3-letter word that might describe our makerspace? Fun. It's been fun. Fun for me too. And it's moved from sort of curriculum related to really what they want to pursue and what they're interested in. So the racetrack came from really looking at movement, and I said, we don't study force and motion anymore, but let's do it anyways. And the quilling is something they can do lifelong. I have to say, I don't know if I was gifted with incredibly artistic students this year or if the art is growing, but they're amazing what they do. I mean, it's really unbelievable.
Later in the school committee meeting, members voted unanimously to approve the 2017-2018 calendar, despite concerns expressed by parent Michael Blumberg, who advocated for balanced religious holidays among all faiths during the school year. Here's what Superintendent Everett Olson had to say.
And I fall back on this. If the responses to this were completely inconsistent with the responses I received from the 64 school systems that responded to my survey across the state, that would be a different issue. But everyone is dealing with the same issue. Now, a school calendar, in talking with other school officials, is never going to satisfy everyone. That's the reality of the situation. But here, we have a school day that's being proposed for Good Friday. It's a half day because I have to understand the reality of the situation that played out 20 years ago and is still playing out to this day in other school systems across the state, as well as the Westford Public Schools, that we're going to be in really very difficult shape without staff to monitor children. That's the reality. Okay, this is not a position, I'm not taking a position in trying to favor one religion over another. That is not what this school system is all about. I'm just simply trying, as I was at the last meeting, presenting you with the reality of the situation.
That's today's reality, with all due respect. The question is, how are we shaping tomorrow's reality as well?
Members unanimously approved the calendar. To watch the entire meeting, you can visit westfordcat.org. After lengthy discussion, the planning board unanimously approved a traffic plan on April 3rd for Newport Materials and 540 Groton Road, 2 companies owned by Richard DeFelice, the Nashville businessman who is planning to build an asphalt plant on his 115-acre parcel. The traffic plan, which is available from the town's planning board, outlines criteria for monitoring trucks leaving and arriving at 540 Groton Road.
I move that the board approve the long-term traffic monitoring plan for 540 Groton Road, Newport Materials, dated and revised through 3/31/17,
Oops.
and amended here this evening.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on the plan?
Just the first page, Chris, that's dated on.
Yeah.
Seeing no further discussion, I'll call for the vote. Roll call. Kate?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Dennis votes aye. Mike?
Aye.
And Darren?
Aye.
Aaron, okay, that's it. Thank you.
Looking for candidate information? WestfordCAT's working to bring the candidates into your living rooms. So far, 4 candidates have recorded a platform statement at our studio, with more on the calendar. These segments are airing on all 3 of our channels as public service announcements, so make sure you tune in. The town election takes place on May 2nd. On April 13th, the Roudenbush Community Center will honor Nancy Cook as its Person of the Year. Cook recently sat down for an interview with news director Joyce Polino Crane to talk about her life and her commitment to Westford.
You're left a widow with these 3 very young children, and Mickey's reaching out to you, and then what happens?
Shortly before my husband died, I went to work for Chet Cook, and we had been friends all my life, and he had lost his secretary and needed help.
And his business was Concord Oil?
It was Cook Oil at the time.
Cook
yep.
Oil.
Yep. And
Okay.
he and I went to work for him, and a few years later we ended up together and still together 35 years later, which is pretty cool.
Tickets for the Roudenbush event can be purchased at roudenbush.org. There is never a shortage of news from Town Hall. Here's an update.
Hi, I'm Jody Ross, here to give you an update. Our annual town meeting is over. It was very well attended. We had about 900 people, 900 residents come and have spirited discussions about a number of things. Of course, one of the largest articles that they voted was to approve an override for our teachers' salaries, which would be a $1.6 million override that will be on the ballot on May 2nd. So please do go to our town election. And there's also several candidates running for selectman and moderator and other positions, planning boards, so that will be important for you to go. A couple of other things. Our construction is going to begin in our town. It's going to be like our own little big dig, and Main Street will be the first project, and you will see construction vehicles. We will try to make your lives as easy as possible getting through the center of town, but there will be some detours that we will publicize. And lastly, every year we try to hold a strategic planning retreat. It is in the budget for this year, fiscal year 17. I will be going to the selectmen in their next meeting to try to secure the date for that. Generally, it's about the 3rd week in June, held at Kimball Farm. It is free to the public, and it's a place where we come together and discuss some of the important topics our town is facing. So on that note, thank you very much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you.
And now, Athletic Director Dan Toomey brings us an overview of spring sports at Westford Academy.
Greetings, Dan Toomey here from the Westford Academy Athletic Department with another update for the 2016-17 school year. We're just kicking off the spring sports season, but before we get to that, we did have a nice finish for some of our programs in the winter season. Girls basketball won the Division I Central Massachusetts sectional championship, so they were sectional champs. Congratulations to them. They lost the next game to the eventual state champion, Springfield Central. The girls made a real valiant comeback after being down by 20 points in the first half. Made a real comeback, I think, to cut it to 10 in the second half and put a good scare into the other team. Girls ice hockey also finished up the season. Since our last update, they finished in the state semifinals. They lost to Woburn High School, a very good Woburn High School, who eventually was the state champion for Division I in Massachusetts. So girls ice hockey, another great season. MVC, DCL Division I league champions, and made a nice run in the playoffs. So congratulations to those two programs. Spring 2017 is underway here. We've had a couple hiccups with some late season snowstorms, but we do have some events that are already underway. Girls and boys tennis are getting started this week. Boys and girls lacrosse did open just a few days ago. versus boys opened the season with a very difficult Division I state champion Lincoln Sudbury. They lost that day 12-2. Girls across opening day of the season just a few days ago won 16-10 versus a much improved Newton South program. That's about it for the update right now. We'll be back in a few weeks with a lot more updates for all the sports programs. So thank you. Up next, we have our Meet the Coaches segment, and this time we're actually going to have head athletic trainer Bill Bombaci. And we're back here with our Meet the Coaches segment, and this week we have a special guest. We have our athletics trainer here at Westford Academy of 22 years, Bill Bombaci. Bill, how you doing?
Thank you, Dan. Doing very well.
Good, good, good. I think it's always good for everybody to meet more, of our staff here at Westford Academy, and certainly, being an athletic trainer here, you're a big part of that. So why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about, what you do here at Westford Academy for the student athletes?
Sure. Yeah, like you said, this is my 22nd year that I've been here, and more so now than ever. I think we see more and more overuse type injuries with the kids that are involved in athletics. A lot of it due to because they are playing more than one sport, and that tends to run into playing more than one sport all at the same time. So they are getting a little bit more diverse in the sports they're playing, but unfortunately it's a lot all at one time.
Yeah, so you're seeing more and more of that these days. What are some of the other trends that you're seeing right now with high school age student athletes?
Well, one of the big ones that's been around is the whole concussion awareness, recognition, evaluation, treatment, and it's a field that's really changing all the time. There's more and more studies that are being done on the effects of concussions and recovery times and treatment protocols as well. Everybody tends to say, well, there's more concussions now than there was years ago, but I think that everybody is just much more well educated about it, and better evaluation protocols and everything else.
What's your typical day like here at, I know it varies depending on what we got going on, but what are some of the things that you try to do every day?
Yeah, it's not really ever a typical day, but usually I get in around midday, anywhere between 11 and 12, and if kids have free periods during the day, if they need treatment or rehab or anything like that, we offer them the opportunity to come down and get treatment. The crazy busy time is usually around 2 o'clock to anywhere from 2:30 to 3, where everybody's coming in, getting prepped for practices, getting prepped for games if they've got buses to catch and things like that. And then usually by 3:30 or 4 o'clock, I'm outside at practices, at games, with coverage, making the rounds, contacting coaches, and things like that. So, and sometimes it might end at 7 o'clock, sometimes it might end at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
So, just as far as working with the coaches, Billy, how do you work with the coaches here at Westford Academy on whatever they might need?
Well, I try to stay in touch daily with the coaches, either through email or text, or making the rounds to their practices or games, obviously. Keeping in touch with them as far as what's going on with their individual team, and if any of their athletes need special attention, or if they have an issue that needs to be addressed, we get to that as soon as we can.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. So once again, we have Bill Bombaci here, who's the head athletic trainer here at Westford Academy, and we're lucky to have him. He's a true professional. So Bill, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you around.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Here's a look ahead at the weather forecast for the coming week.
Hello, Westford. This is Cheryl Saki with the weather forecast for this weekend, the week of April 10th. We have a few days of temps in the 60s, maybe even a 70-degree day. Here's what's coming up. On Saturday, it'll be overcast and cloudy for most of the day. The high will be around 48 degrees and the low around 33 degrees. On Sunday, the sky's finally clear and it'll be bright and sunny with a high of 61 and a low of 38 degrees. On Monday, make sure to keep your windows open at nighttime. It will be mostly sunny during the day with just a few clouds. The The high will be 67 degrees and low around 45 degrees. On Tuesday, it will be partly cloudy during the day and evening. The high will be a summer-like 74 degrees and low around 51 degrees. On Wednesday, it will continue to be partly cloudy and mild with a high of 67 degrees and a low of 41 degrees. On Thursday, it will be mostly cloudy during the day with possible showers in the evening. The high will be 54 degrees and low around a winter-like of 38 degrees. On Friday, we see another cloudy day with showers possible again in the evening. The high will be around 54 degrees and low around 39 degrees. That was the Westford weather. Have a great week, everyone.
And here's Rekha Sharma with this week's health tip.
Hi everyone, I'm Rekha Sharma, your Ayurveda practitioner, back with a new health tip for WestfordCAT News. Today I'm going to talk about pineapple. Pineapple is a rich source of multivitamins and anti-inflammatory enzymes, bromelain, which reduces the inflammation in joints and arthritis. The vitamin C present in it helps to attain beautiful skin and hair luster. It is a natural antacid and improves digestion. It has the efficacy to cure indigestion. It is beneficial in all kinds of stomach disorders and flatulence. It provides relief in breathing problem and sinusitis. It helps to balance the fire and water component of the body. Take 50 to 100 ml of juice once daily or add pineapple chunks to your fruit salads, cakes, and cookies to get the benefits. If you have any allergies, please contact your PCP before consuming. I'll be back with a new health tip. Bye for now.
Lilo, a 5-year-old lap cat, is available now for adoption at the Lowell Humane Society. Here's Patty Stalker with more information on how you can adopt a loving pet.
WestfordCAT's Adoptable Pet Series has been paramount in finding dozens of pets at the Lowell Humane Society loving homes. This week, animal caregiver and adoption counselor Erin Milligan introduces us to an affectionate 5-year-old female cat named Lilo.
This is Lilo. She is a 5-year-old female. She is looking for a great home to call her own. She came to the shelter initially with another cat. It did take her a long time to start to get comfortable with us and settle in. So she would definitely appreciate a cat-savvy home who's willing to go slow and let her get used to new surroundings. She does, now that she's comfortable, love to be petted. She'll come up and she'll greet you first thing when you come into the room, and she'll follow you around. She loves to sniff. And she loves to snuggle and be petted with you. She'll come up and she'll sit on your lap and just start kneading her paws. She really, really loves attention. She is also curious when you eat, so you might want to enjoy lunch in a different room. Otherwise, she'll ask if there's anything for her. And if you would like to meet her, when you come to the shelter, just ask a staff member that you're interested in Lilo, the female 5-year-old. And we will give you some information on her, and then we can bring you to meet her in this room.
To learn more about Lilo, or any of the other pets available now for adoption, or to find out how to donate, volunteer, foster a pet, or fill their wish list, go to lowellhumanesociety.org, or visit them at 951 Broadway Street in Lowell. Call 978-452-7781. For WestfordCAT, I'm Patty Stalker.
And now here's WestfordCAT Marketing Outreach Manager Sarah Fletcher with this week's events around town.
Thanks, Ira. The Adult Book Discussion Group meets at the J.B. Fletcher Library on Thursday, April 13th at 7:30 p.m. Join in the discussion of The Book That Matters Most by Anne Hood. Copies are available for checkout at the main desk. The group meets on the second Thursday of the month and alternates between fiction and nonfiction titles. New members are always welcome. For more information, visit westfordlibrary.org or call 978-692-5555. The League of Women Voters of Westford will host a Meet the Candidates Night on Wednesday, April 26th at 7 p.m. They're meeting just downstairs from here in the meeting room, and the library is located at 50 Main Street. Residents are invited to attend the presentation to learn more about candidates running for local office on May 2nd. Questions from the audience will be allowed. Residents may also submit questions online at lwv.westford.org until Friday, April 14th. The Live for Live Foundation is seeking volunteers for the Run for Live, Walk for Live event on July 16th at the 4-H Fairgrounds on South Chelmsford Road. The town public health nurse, Gail Johnson, is encouraging anyone interested to contact her at gjohnson@westfordmass.gov or call 978-399-2548. Live for Live raises awareness of domestic violence by remembering and honoring the life of Olivia Marchand, a Westford Academy senior who lost her life in a tragic incident of domestic violence in 2010. I'm Sarah Fletcher for WestfordCAT News. That's it for now. Back to you, Ira.
And that's a wrap, Westford. We leave you with scenes from opening day at Kimball Farm on Littleton Road.